Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Saima Amin from Jamia Hamdard. Today we are going to talk on module New Drug Testing and Approval Process under the paper Pharmaceutical and Biological Analysis. The learning objective for this module will be, after completing this module, at least you will be able to understand what is new drug testing approval process, why it is required, what is the regulatory framework in India and abroad, what is clinical trial, the different rules and guidelines available for clinical trials, the phases of clinical trials, and the final information related to common technical document. Under this, you will be understanding the different modules beginning from module 1 to module 5. Now, coming to the introduction to the concept of new drug testing and approval process, we all know that the government and the consumers are willingly spending money on drugs because we all know that they can play a role in saving lives. They stop the menace, they stop the different diseases and restore our health. So therefore, in order to use these medicines and drugs, one requirement is they should be safe. The other aspect is they should be very effective, and above all, they must be of good quality. Now, what does this mean? That means the whole development and production process related to the drug for its distribution, import, export, and for its registration, the whole process must be regulated in order to assure that the three facets, that is the quality, effectiveness, and the safety of the product is there in the product. We need to have a regulatory setup. If you can recall, in mid 1930s, the new pharmaceutical products flourished the Indian market, and globally also a lot of products were available. But the problem was with these new drugs or these products, the simultaneous flush of toxic material or the toxic components referred as substandard components or drugs and counterfeit drugs or products was also there in the market. Now, if we have to understand the drug, we need to understand this drug that it is a medicine which has physiological action. But when it is marketed or launched in the market, the substandard drug, which is a drug not meeting the specifications or a drug which lacks the quality attribute, is also there. And counterfeit drugs also were there in the market. These are nothing the drugs with a fake claim, with a wrong dose, or with exaggerated claim. So, since these substandard drugs and counterfeit drugs are also likely to invade the market, we have realized that a regulation is required for the discovery, development, manufacture, approval, and marketing of a process. So, in order to say that we require a regulatory setup, we need to first understand what is the regulation word indicates. Regulation is the standardization of level of evidences that are scientifically and ethically acceptable to promote and advance the public health. Since now we understand that the regulation is required or a regulatory setup is required, the whole process of approval of drug must be controlled by this regulatory authority or must be through a regulatory process. Therefore, drug approval and testing process is nothing but a regulatory process by which a person or the organization or the innovator or the sponsor asks the regulatory body to launch this product in the market. We all know that the new drug testing approval process is taken place through different stages. The first one is filing the application to conduct the clinical trials, then conducting clinical trials after a wait period of 30 days, and finally filing the application for market of the drug. After the application is filed for marketing, post-marketing trials are also carried out. For a safe and effective and a quality medicine to come into the market, it should undergo a very well-defined process of discovery, testing, approval process as per the guidelines which are accepted in that country and or also called as the regulatory agency of that particular country. Regulatory framework in different countries. The first one is United States of America. Here, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, is a regulatory body responsible for protecting and promoting public health. Like general drug approval processes, FDA's new drug approval process is also accomplished in two phases. The first one is clinical trials and the second one is new drug application NDA approval process. The second country is the European Union, EU. It is an economic and political union of 27 independent member states which are located primarily in Europe. The agency is responsible for the scientific evaluation of medicines developed by pharmaceutical companies for use in the European Union. In India, health is also a concurrent list in Indian Constitution. It is governed by both the center and the state government. At the central level, the main regulatory authority in India is the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, that is CDSCO, under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which is responsible for approving new drugs, approving clinical trials, and licensing of drugs. The CDSCO is instructed under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Rules 1945 to carry out a range of regulatory and quality control functions concerning medicines and pharmaceuticals. However, the CDSCO shares this responsibility with the state governments, which also have their scientific regulatory functions and responsibilities under the Act. Japan. The Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare has responsibilities for approval and administration of drugs, medical devices and cosmetics in Japan. The next country is Australia. Here, Therapeutic and Goods Administration, that is TGA, is the regulatory agency responsible for approval and administration of drugs, medical devices and cosmetics. Before the potential molecule, which is called as new chemical entity, is discovered, the scientists try to explore this new chemical entity for the potential targets which are there in the disease. They try to explore the targets which can be controlled or triggered by this new chemical entity. Once the scientists have enough information related to the new chemical entity and enough evidences are with them to prove that this new chemical entity is effective, they term this new chemical entity as medicine. Now, this new chemical entity or now the medicine is called as the lead compound. This lead compound is the compound which is capable of targeting the different facets present in a disease state. This whole process of triggering or controlling the new chemical medicine is called as drug discovery. If successful over the long odds and the years of testing, this lead compound can ultimately become a new medicine. Now, as you can see in this diagram depicted in slide, here the whole process of drug development and approval phases are shown. The whole process, since we all know, has been divided into three segments. The first one is preclinical research, where the sponsor or the innovator carries out the research related to the new chemical entity, the synthesis and the purification of this new chemical entity, then animal testing, both short-term and long-term animal testing provided, approved by the Institutional Review Board, is carried out. Once all this information is available with the innovator or the sponsor, he processes the application for the clinical studies, the second segment of the process. In clinical studies, different phases are there, beginning from phase 1 to phase 3. Phase 1 is for a period of 1 year, phase 2 is approximately for a period of 2 years, and phase 3 is approximately for a period of 3 years. After all the phases are over, and along with the constant feedback provided by the regulatory authorities related to the clinical conduct of the study, the process is now shifted towards filing of NDA, that is the third segment of the process. NDA is new drug application, where the sponsor files the application to the regulatory authority, usually CDER in USA. The review authority, that is CDER, constantly provide feedback to the innovator related to the investigational new drug application. Once the review body is convinced of the different facets of the drug study, is now providing or will now provide approval for the marketing of the drug. This whole process usually takes 10 to 12 years. The Indian scenario of drug development and approval processes here, CIDSCO is located under the aegis of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. CIDSCO lays down standards, rules, and approves the import, manufacture, cosmetic and devices and diagnostic agents which are used. It is headed by the Drug Controller General of India, who discharges the functions allocated by the central government. For a drug product to be imported or manufactured and marketed in the country, the data related to the safety and efficacy for use in human is desired. The rules 122A, 122B, 122D, 122DA, 122DAA, 122E of Drugs and Cosmetic Rules and Appendix 1, 1A and 6 of Schedule Y describe the information or the data required for approval of clinical trial and or for the import or manufacture of new drug for marketing in the country. The regulatory framework in India is shown in this slide. Here we can clearly see the different acts and the guidelines available to us for the new drug testing and approval process. The first one is Drug Price Control Order 1995, Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and its rules 1945, International Conference on Harmonization and Good Clinical Practices Guidelines, Indian Council of Medical Research Guidelines, Factories Act 1948, Schedule Y Guidelines, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances 1985 Act, Registry of Trial Act, Monopolistic and Restrictive Trade Practice Act 1969. As you can see in this slide, the different steps which are involved in new drug development and approval processes are: first is preclinical study, which is then leading to filing of INDA, that is Investigational New Drug Application. Then INDA leads to clinical trial beginning, and in clinical trial the various phases covered are phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Once all these phases are over, then filing of new drug application, that is NDA, also called as registration dossier, takes place, and ultimately the commercialization of new drug and post-marketing trials, that is phase 4, starts. However, the requirements for approval of clinical trials and new drugs may vary depending upon the nature of the new drugs. Now, in order to understand this new drug testing and approval process, we need to understand what basically this new drug is. A drug which, including both the drug or the bulk drug substance, which has not been used in the country to any significant extent under the conditions prescribed, recommended or suggested on the label, and the drug which has not been recognized as effective and safe by the licensing authority under rule number 21 of the proposed claims. Also, a new drug includes a drug which has already been approved by the licensing authority for a particular claim, but now is proposed to be marketed with a modified or a new claim, may be related to the indication, new dosage form, including sustained release dosage form for that drug, or a new route of administration. Also, a new drug indicates any fixed dose combination of two or more drugs which were approved earlier as a single dose for certain claims, but now proposed to be combined as a unit dosage form in a fixed ratio, or if the ratio of the ingredients in an already marketed combination is proposed to be changed, or a new claim is made, like a new indication, new dosage form, including sustained release dosage form, or a new route of administration. Preclinical studies. These studies include the introduction of a new drug in the animals to determine whether they are safe and effective for use in humans. Schedule Y of Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Rules 1945 lists the various testings to be carried out in animals along with their necessary requirements. The following tests are carried out in the required species of animals, like rodents and non-rodents, depending upon the category of drug to be tested, like systemic toxic studies, single dose studies, dose ranging studies, teratogenic studies, fertility studies, etc. are carried out in preclinical investigations. In order to file investigational new drug application, we have to first submit the preclinical studies, which includes all these studies carried out on animals and the whole process of manufacturing of this new drug. This whole data is to be submitted to the regulatory agency of the country. This application is called as the investigational new drug application. Basically, this application is a vehicle through which permission is granted by the regulatory agency of that particular country to carry out clinical trials after the successful and the validated complete information of animal study. As you can see in this slide, a depiction of investigational new drug application is given. Once the innovator has the idea related to new chemical entity or new drug, he files the application to the regulatory body. This application is called as investigational new drug, IND. An application is proposed to the review body, that is CDER in USA, but in India we file the application to CIDSCO. This review body, CDER, analyzes the application for the medicinal, chemical, pharmacological, toxicological and statistical relevance, and if the review body is convinced of the authenticity of the data provided and reviewing the safety of the data, then process the application further. If any query or lack of information is there, the sponsor is intimated and is required to submit new data for that particular application. Once the safety of the data is acceptable, the study is allowed to proceed, and if some deficiency is there, then the application is placed on a hold until further decision is taken place. If the safety data is convincing, then the complete review process takes place, and finally, after the complete review of the process, the application is accepted, and in the meanwhile, no deficiency is found in the application, then the application is considered as acceptable. However, if any deficiency is there, then the innovator or the sponsor is intimated and is given a time period to remove the deficiencies or supplement the application with the relevant data. After that, the further ongoing studies are allowed to carry out for the particular new drug. The investigational new drug application must contain information related to three broad areas. The first one is animal pharmacology and toxicology studies. Here, preclinical data collected on animals sufficient to prove that the product would be reasonably safe for initial testing in humans should be submitted. The second broad area required to be intimated to the board is manufacturing information related to the composition, manufacturing, stability, and controls for the new drug substance and the drug product. This information assures that the company can adequately produce and supply consistent batches of the drug. The third broad information required to be submitted includes clinical protocols and investigator information. Here, the detailed protocols for proposed clinical studies should be submitted to assess whether the initial phase trials would expose volunteers to unnecessary risk. Also, information on the qualification of clinical investigators, generally the physicians who are responsible to carry out the clinical studies, must also be furnished. Now, coming to the clinical trials. Clinical trials are the trials which are started once the INDA, that is Investigational New Drug Application, is approved by the regulatory agency. A clinical trial is a systematic study to generate data for discovering or verifying the clinical and pharmacological profile. Here, pharmacodynamic and pharmacokinetic or adverse effects of a new drug on humans are observed. It is the only way of establishing the safety and efficacy of any drug before it is introduced in the market for human use. And it is preceded by animal trials where the efficacy and side effects are observed in animals and an estimated drug dose is established. It is important for anyone preparing a trial for a new therapy in humans that the specific aims, problems, risk or benefits of a particular therapy be thoroughly considered and that the chosen options be scientifically sound and ethically justified. The clinical trials have been divided into two categories since 2006. The category A includes the clinical trials which can be conducted in other markets with competent and mature regulatory systems. For example, clinical trials of category A are the clinical trials which are approved in the USA, Britain, Switzerland, Australia, Canada, Germany, South Africa, Japan, and European Union. Here, the clinical trials are eligible for fast tracking in India and are likely to be approved within 8 weeks. Whereas the remaining ones fall into another category called as category B other than the category A. It includes the countries not indicated in category 1. And here the clinical trials are under more scrutiny and are approved within 16 to 18 weeks. The different phases of clinical trials are discussed in later slides. However, the clinical trials are carried out in 4 phases. The clinical trials of drugs developed in India have to undergo all the phases of trials in India only. The first phase of clinical trial, which is also called as clinical pharmacology trials, this is the first time where the new drug is administered to a small number, as low as 2 healthy volunteers or as high as 20, with informed consent taken from these volunteers, and these volunteers are given the dose of the new drug. The studies conducted in phase 1 are usually intended to involve one or combination of the following objectives. The first one is maximum tolerated dose. second one is pharmacokinetic, third one is pharmacodynamic, and the last one is early measurement of drug activity. The phase 2 of clinical trial, which is also called as exploratory trials. During this phase, the medicine is administered to a group of approximately 10 to 20 informed patients in 3 to 4 centers to determine its effects and also to check any unacceptable side effects. Phase 3, which is also called as confirmatory trials, here the studies have the primary objective of demonstration or confirmation of therapeutic benefits. In this phase, the group involved is usually 1,000 to 3,000 subjects, and the studies in phase 3 is designed to confirm the preliminary evidences accumulated in phase 2 that a drug is safe and effective for use in the intended indication and the recipient population. These studies should be intended to provide an adequate basis for marketing approval. Studies in phase 3 may also further explore the dose-response relationships and the drug concentration in blood and the clinical response or the use of drug in wider population. Basically, the new drug application consists of the data proving that the drug has quality, efficacy, and safety properties suitable for its intended use, additional administrative documents, the samples of the finished product or related substances, and the reagents used to perform that analysis of the finished product. Therefore, NDA is a vehicle in a country through which the sponsor or the innovator or the organization formally propose that the regulatory agencies approve a new pharmaceutical for sale and marketing. It is the data involved in the process of drug discovery, development, and approval process sequentially that becomes the content of registration dossiers filed by the drug applicant in a country where the product is likely to be approved for marketing or commercialization. As you can see in this slide, the whole process of approval of the application, that is new drug approval process, is depicted. It is clearly indicated that the sponsor or the innovator files NDA. The application is fileable or not is scrutinized by the review board, and if the review board is convinced that the application is fileable, then the review board evaluates the different aspects of the application such as medicinal, pharmacology, chemistry, biopharmaceutical, statistical, microbiological facets of the application, and if convinced, they give the approval for the process. If the board is not convinced, then the sponsor is intimated about the lacuna or the deficiency and is given a chance to supplement the further information. After the review board is convinced of the authenticity of the application, requires the labeling and other aspects like manufacturing, packaging of this new drug, and after complete information is available, NDA is granted for the new drug. The commercialization of new drug and post-marketing trial, which is the fourth phase of clinical trial, is possible only after NDA is approved by the regulatory agency that the new drug comes into the market for use. Post-marketing trials are the studies performed under drug approval to study the approved indications. These trials go beyond the prior demonstration of the drug safety, efficacy, and dose definition. These trials may not be considered necessary at the time of new drug approval, but may be required by the licensing authority for optimizing the drug's use. Phase 4 trials include additional drug interactions, dose response, or safety studies, and the trials are designed to support use under the approved indications. For example, the new drug application for carvedilol, which is a drug approved by the licensing authority as antihypertensive, requires that the new drug application for the same drug as anti-cancer moiety must be supplemented. This slide shows the different phases of the clinical trials with the objective and the volunteers or subjects involved. If you see the slide, the phase 1 is required for safety, ADME, bioactivity and drug-drug interaction. Here healthy volunteers are involved and usually the number is 20 to 80. The study is over within 6 to 12 months. The phase 2, which is designed for short-term side effect study and efficacy study for the new drug. Here subjects are involved, usually 50 to 300, and the time spent is 1 to 2 years. Phase 3 study, which is to evaluate safety and efficacy of the new drug and the basis for its labeling or new formulations. Here the study is carried out on the subjects, usually ranging from 250 to 1000, and it takes around 2 to 3 years. Phase 4, which is required for new indications and surveillance of this new drug. It is also carried out on subjects with indications and usually it is carried out after marketing and till the drug is used by the consumer. CITSCO has also decided to adopt Common Technical Document (CTD) format for technical requirements for registration of pharmaceutical products for human use. The CTD of India, like the ICH CTD, is organized into 5 modules. The module 1 is generally providing us the general information related to the technical document to be submitted. Module 2 provides the summary of the common technical document. Module 3 describes the quality to be submitted, and Module 4 describes the non-clinical study reports to be submitted, while Module 5 describes the clinical study reports to be submitted. Module 1 provides the general information which is required to be submitted, and it includes the covering letter and the comprehensive table of content, administrative information related to the brief introduction about the applicant company, duly filled and signed application form 44, legal and critical documents, and the coordinators for the application. General information on drug product, summary of testing protocol for quality control testing, regulatory status in other countries, domestic price, brief profile of the manufacturer's research facility, brief profile of manufacturer's business activity in the domestic as well as global market, information regarding involvement of experts, samples of drug product and promotional materials. All is required to be submitted under Module 1. Module 2 describes the summary of the common technical document. The module should begin with a general introduction to the pharmaceutical, including its pharmacological class, mode of action, proposed clinical use, not exceeding 1 page. Module 2 should also contain the 7 sections in this particular order. The first one is table of content, introduction, quality overall summary, non-clinical overview, clinical overview, non-clinical written and tabulated summary, and clinical summary. Module 3 describes the quality aspects of this common technical document. Information on quality should be presented in a structured manner, and the format is beginning with the table of content, body of data, drug substance information, general information, manufacturer of the drug substance, characterization of the drug substance, quality control of drug substance, reference standards, containers and stability profile of that drug substance. In Module 3, now the second set of information to be furnished is related to drug product. Here, drug product name, its dosage form, description, composition, pharmaceutical development, manufacturer of that particular drug product, control of excipients, control of drug product, reference standards, container closure system, stability information, appendices, excipients and literature references is to be submitted. Module 4, which is related to non-clinical study reports. Here, the non-clinical study reports should be presented in the order described below, where table of content, study reports, specially related to pharmacology, pharmacokinetic, and toxicology, and last, the literature references to be submitted. In Module 5, clinical study reports is to be submitted. The human study report and the related information should be presented in the structured manner, where table of content, tabular listing of all clinical studies, clinical study report, and literature references to be submitted. Now, after understanding the whole process of drug testing and approval, it is required to summarize what we have learned through the different slides. So students, let me now summarize what we have learned in this module. The first thing that we have learned is that the process of drug discovery, development and approval of a new drug is a highly time-consuming process which involves not only the money but the resources also. Second conclusion of this information is the whole process of drug testing and approval takes around 10 to 12 years. And it is not surprising that from the conception to market of most of the compounds, a lot of battle is faced in order to say that this is the approved drug. And also, out of the 5,000 to nearly 10,000 compounds discovered, tested for their preclinical efficacy, only one is given the approval for marketing. Thank you.